The first time the alien queen entered my barracks room, every alarm on the station went silent, as if even the machines were holding their breath. No guards announced her. No diplomats preceded her. One moment I was a half-broken infantryman on medical leave, staring at the dull gray ceiling of Outpost K-47, and the next, the air folded inward like water pulled by gravity. Light bent. Pressure dropped. Then she was there. Tall, luminous, crowned in living crystal that pulsed like a heartbeat. Her eyes, if they could be called eyes, were twin voids filled with stars. I should have been on my knees. I should have screamed. Instead, she looked at me and whispered my name. And that was only the beginning. They told us the Varelian Queen had come to negotiate humanity's surrender. Her fleet blotted out constellations. Her species ruled half the spiral arm. When she arrived at the station, admirals shook, politicians rehearsed their last speeches, and soldiers like me were told to stay invisible. I was no one important. Private Elias Rowe. Combat fatigue. Shrapnel still embedded near my spine. A man scheduled for discharge and quiet disappearance. So why was the most powerful being in known space standing beside my bed? She studied me the way surgeons study a living heart, carefully, reverently, with terrible focus. "You are awake," she said, voice resonating directly inside my skull. "Good." My pulse hammered. Am I allowed to be? Her mouth curved, alien yet unmistakably amused. "You are allowed everything." She reached out, fingers made of light and structure, and brushed the air inches from my skin. The pain in my back vanished. The ache in my lungs eased. I gasped. Behind her calm, something ancient stirred. "What do you want from me?" I asked. Her gaze softened. "That," she said, "is the wrong question." What I saw next changed everything. After she left, security flooded my room. Scanners screamed. Medics argued. Officers demanded answers I didn't have. Surveillance footage showed nothing. No breach, no anomaly. According to the station, the Queen never entered my quarters at all. But the ache was gone. The shrapnel was gone. And etched into the wall beside my bed was a symbol burned at the molecular level. A Varelian royal sigil. None of us were prepared for the truth. She came again the next night. And the night after that. Always alone. Always unannounced. She never touched me directly. She never raised her voice. She asked questions no interrogator would think to ask. What did it feel like to fear and still move forward? Why did humans write songs about loss? What did love cost a species that knew it would die? Each visit left me shaken. Each visit left me more seen. I started dreaming of stars collapsing into themselves. Of queens kneeling before graves. Of civilizations choosing annihilation over emptiness. And slowly, terrifyingly, I realized something. She wasn't studying humanity. She was studying me. But that was only the beginning. Half the station believed I was lying. The other half believed I was contaminated. My commanding officer warned me to keep my mouth shut. Intelligence installed sensors in my bones. Priests asked for interviews. Then the fleet shifted position. The Varelian Armada, which had maintained a perfect siege formation around Earth, began to drift, reorienting not toward invasion but toward defense. Against something else. That's when the Queen told me the truth. Her species was dying. Not from war. Not from famine. From perfection. The Varelians had engineered away fear, pain, unpredictability. Their society functioned flawlessly. No conflict. No chaos. No failure. No growth. "We have not created art in 5,000 cycles," she said quietly, standing at my window watching Earth spin below us. "We have not wept. We have not loved without calculation." "And now?" I asked. "And now we are hollow." She turned to me, light dimming around her crown. "Our end approaches. And we cannot stop it." I swallowed. "So you came to conquer us?" "No," she said. "We came to learn how to live." Her eyes burned brighter. "And you were loud." I laughed despite myself. A broken sound. "I'm not special." She stepped closer. The room vibrated. "You charged a Varelian walker with a rifle that could not pierce its shell. Someone had to slow it down. You knew you would die." "Yeah. Yet you advanced." She tilted her head. "Why?" I thought of my squad. Of laughter between firefights. Of promises I'd never kept. Because fear doesn't get to decide everything. That answer shattered something ancient. The mid-story turn came with fire. An unknown fleet emerged from dark space. Machines older than stars, drawn by the Varelians' weakening coherence. Devourers of stagnant civilizations. The Queen's people panicked. For the first time in their recorded history. Their perfect logic failed them. Their fleets froze. Their commanders waited for equations that never finished. And the queen came to me, voice trembling. "We cannot fight them," she said. "But you can." I stared. "I'm one man." She placed her hand over my heart, without touching. "You are a flaw," she whispered. "And flaws adapt." The procedure nearly killed me. They fused Varelian probability engines into my nervous system. Let my fear coexist with their foresight. Pain returned worse than before, but so did strength. Just uncertainty. I became something neither species had planned. When I stood on the command deck, human and alien eyes followed me in silence. The machines attacked. And I did the unthinkable. I charged. But that was only the beginning. I didn't command like a general. I fought like a human, reacting, improvising, risking everything. Varelian ships followed my chaos. Human pilots found courage mirrored in alien hulls. The Devourers couldn't predict us. For the first time in eons they retreated. Victory tasted like ash. Thousands were dead. The station burned. Earth was scarred but alive. And the queen stood before me, radiance dimmed, crown cracked. "You have given my people a future," she said. "At a cost," I replied, feeling the engines humming in my bones. She nodded. "You cannot survive this state indefinitely." I smiled faintly. "Figures." She surprised me then. She knelt. Not as a ruler. Not as a god. As a woman who had learned how to grieve. "Come with me," she said. "Teach us how to be imperfect." I thought of earth. Of skies. Of quiet rooms. "I can't," I said. "But you can stay." Her eyes softened. So she did. The galaxy would later call it a political anomaly. A queen who refused her throne. A conqueror who chose a hospital wing on a human station. But I knew the truth. She stayed because once, in a forgotten soldier's room, she had seen something no empire could build. And neither of us was ever the same again. The last time she visited my room, the alarms stayed silent. But this time they weren't afraid. Neither was I.